This morning, Bungie drops an article detailing the rework to the double fire archetype currently only found on the Warden's Law. From the weapons team. When we were looking at weapons to bring back for Nightfall Rewards this season, we knew we wanted to do something unique. The Warden's Law hand cannon fit the bill. It was a fun idea from back in Forsaken days and never really caught on with players due to the difficulty in landing both shots from the vertical spread that it fired. So we thought to ourselves, how can we make this gun feel better to use while still maintaining the identity it originally shipped with? Felt the most important thing was to move away from the idea of it firing a spread, which is when multiple shots are fired at the same time with a single trigger pull, think of shotguns, and to allow it to fire a burst, which is when multiple shots are fired one after another with a single trigger pull, think pulse rifles. The initial version of the new Warden's Law pretty much had it becoming a legendary version of Crimson, complete with a 3-round burst, but minus the healing on kills. And while it was fun, it never felt right, and also felt like it took something away from Crimson itself. We went through several variants, including a handful that modified the time between the bullets and the burst, before settling on a 2-round burst with a slightly longer delay between shots than normal. Normal bursts fire around 900 RPM, this one fires at 600 RPM. Next, we knew we had to tune it to give players a reason to run this over a standard 120 RPM hand cannon. We knew we needed to make it feel great to use, while still leaving room for perks and stats to improve it. Spent time focusing on several major parts of the equation: damage and burst, PvP time to kill, and the recoil pattern. Because the weapon is harder to use than a normal hand cannon, in that you must hit 2 shots in a burst with each trigger pull instead of just one, we decided to allow it to do slightly more critical hit damage and kill it just a bit faster than something like Igni. We utilized the damage profile that aggressive frame hand cannons had some years back, dealing up to 90 damage per burst against players, 25 per body, 45 per crit. Then we slightly reduced the burst delay, the time between the bursts themselves as opposed to the time between shots within a burst, so that it has a slightly faster 0.93 seconds. I went ahead and broke down the shots to kill. The 3 crit 3 body up to 10 resilience is the most important one to me. That's 50% crit ratio on any target. Amazing consistency. The only thing with similar consistency for a hand cannon are precision frames. When it comes to things like kill clip, rampage, just like the previous 120 hand cannon meta, you will be able to get 2 taps with just a single stack of rampage. I think it's 4 crits, and 3 crit 1 body with things like kill clip. Of course, we don't know exactly what perks are going to roll on it. I would imagine Rampage based on the previous perk pool. I would not be surprised to see things like Adagio as well. Moving on, we were also very careful to tune the recoil pattern in such a way that it felt manageable at a base level, but still motivated players to utilize perks to improve it. Since we are allowing the gun to deal more damage and kill more quickly, we did not want to be able to reach the same maximum ranges as standard 120 hand cannons. So we designed the recoil pattern in such a way that without manual recoil to control and a bit of help from perks, it would be more difficult to land 2 crits in the same burst at 35 plus meters, while still maintaining a smooth feel and decent ease of use at closer range. This is going to be coming into the Nightfall loot pool starting next season, definitely worth going after.